Anaga, your sister Anusha spoke so touchingly about the entire trauma that the family was going through. Suicide was a sure shot. Both your sisters and your parents had decided to commit suicide in case you stepped out of the house and converted to Islam. They were at that stage when Arsha Vidya Samajam came in. I mean, come to think of it, there are religious institutions like these which have saved thousands of young girls from conversion to Islam, because they didn't say that become a Hindu or come back to Hinduism or come back to Sanatana Dharma. What they did was they did a comparative teaching, and that is what Anaga was telling us. Anaga, even when you finally sat with the acharyas and when you debated with them, when you spoke to them, how did that change happen in you? Because you were so hardwired onto becoming, to converting into Islam. That change must not have been easy. Can you take us through that?
We are saying that only people with three conditions, we can bring anyone to Sanatana Dharma with the people having three conditions. That is, one, he should be ready to talk to us. Second one, he should have a common sense. And third one, if one understood the mistake, he should admit it that it is a mistake. And fortunately, I had these three conditions, and by thinking using my intellect and logic and the facts that have science discovered, it was purely against the Quranic verses or the things Quran, scientific facts that said in Quran was completely against what science has discovered now, and even the status of women in Islam. What in during my Islamic studies, I thought that, or I was fed like that, like wearing such pardas or not exposing my body is for the safety or protection of women, and the women should live like that only. You should be always under men, and you have no freedom like that. And I thought that it is for our safety only. But when I came here and I openly think, Acharyaji made me to think openly about what is the status of women. You have to think by yourself, what is the capacity of a woman, whether they are just a machine for making kids only, like that I was thinking. And the cruelty the Prophet Muhammad had done to the non-Muslims at that time, he exposed all those things, and I came to know that how rubbish this ideology is. I'm not saying I am not saying about the Muslims or others. I am saying this about this ideology only. What Quran and Hadith says about how a man should live, like that, and all the things that I thought which was scientific was proven to be unscientific, and I tried to counter him with the points I had, but I couldn't get any. I was totally. I totally failed before him because I had no valid reason to support Islam anymore, and at that day itself, I fall to the feet of Acharyaji, and I said that I don't want to go to this religion. I am sorry for all my actions. And at that day, at time itself, I called my parents and I said that I am not converting to Islam, and they were actually crying with joy. I can't even say what. How much happiness was at that time.
Anusha, I mean, that's it. Anaga, it's so wonderful because I think only if you're a parent of a girl child, or even a boy for that matter, especially for a girl, it's more touching when a girl decides to leave her own religion and goes and comes back. I think that is why the title of this show also, we're saying, the Kerala story, the movie that is coming out, actually talks about something else. It's a more of a love jihad. But here in, I think, Anaga's case, it was more of intellectual jihad, if I can call it that way, because nobody forced her. She went on her own, but the initial brainwashing was done because of the fault of the Hindu society. We don't have Arsha Vidya Kendram kind of sit up everywhere. We need that. We need our children to be taught what a Sanatana Dharma is, how to answer question. Why is Lord Hanuman a monkey? Or why does Lord Ganesh have a head of an elephant? Which parent can explain it in today's, as Anaga was saying, oh, our forefathers used to do it, so we are doing the puja. There's no logic explained that. But there is a logic, which is what AVS, the Acharyas explained to her so well. This is what is lacking in our today's society. And I think more and more as we get into a nuclear family setup, we get into a kind of a not so religious setup. This is what is going to happen to our children. Because they one day will be in a hostel or they will be in an environment where they will be asked these questions, and then the religion will be ridiculed and told, oh, what, you are worshipping stones. But we are a dharma, we are a religion, we have a system. We are a Hinduism, which is so old, the oldest religion in the world possibly. But how many of us are proud to wear that on our sleeve? I think I should literally thank Anaga, because I don't know how to thank you, because you proved that it is possible. It's possible for a hardwired person like you who had 100% decided to convert to Islam to come back to the Sanatana Dharma, thanks to those Acharyas whom you met at Arshavidya Samajam. I think that is where it's all about, isn't it?
Please subscribe to Nationalist Hub English channel for more interesting videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. Nationalist Hub, it's a news revolution.